Big statewide races are being met with low early voter turnout so far in South Georgia, as officials are urging voters to head to the polls before Election Day later this month. Our Brea Ruffin shares more tonight from Thomas County.
Election supervisors across South Georgia are working hard to keep their residents informed and encourage them to get to the polls before the long lines form later this month. Right now, we are seeing a rather slow start to early voting across the state, but it's particularly low in some of our counties, Clinch and Lanier ranking at the bottom of the list. But Clinch County officials tell me this is normal for a primary and that they typically see higher voter turnout when local races are on the ballot. Decatur County sharing that they anticipate a large volume of voters as we get closer to Election Day. And Thomas County Interim Supervisor Hannah Phillips emphasizing the importance of staying informed. She said their office is working around the clock to keep social media, news outlets, and the community updated on the latest. I asked Phillips how this turnout compares to previous midterms. Here's what she shared.
In 2022, which would have been the last time, it would have been about 4,200 votes overall for early voting, and then in Thomas County. And so I think if we can keep getting up and doubling the numbers, then we should be able to get to that number as well.
While making note of these low stats, it is important to note that we are still in the first week of early voting, and we're looking at counties of various sizes in our area. Election Day is Tuesday, May 19th. For more information on deadlines, candidate information, and your polling place, please contact your local elections office. For now, reporting in Thomas County, Brea Ruffin, WCTV Eyewitness News.